We love fixing deadlifts here at elitefts. Not only is it Dave's favorite exercise ever, and that's the heater, we're going to keep this in. We're going to keep rolling with it because this is how we do things around here. I'm here with Coach Joe, Zat Strength, absolute animal when it comes to lifting all things heavy and being a super duper athlete. Right?
Well, thanks for having me.
So if you guys came from Joey's video, we just kind of went over a little bit of a hip tweak that he had with deadlifts after a certain point. So go check that video out before checking this one out so you can get a kind of a feel of what it is that we're trying to do. But in this video, I'm going to be showing Joey here a few exercises and things that he can do to help mitigate that pain, as well as, you know, just get super, super strongerest. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we're here to get better, and what better place to get better than elitefts, so I'm excited.
Beautiful. So we have a couple exercises that we're going to go through, but right now we're going to jump right into exercise number 1. One of the major factors that we want to focus in when we're dealing with something with the hip, especially with the deadlift, is making sure that the hips can actually move in all the planes that they're supposed to, right? So you've probably heard me or seen me talk about these before in other videos. This is a great way to warm up and to kind of assess how your hip is moving as it should. So this is called a hip airplane. So what I'm going to have you do, you're going to hold, right now you're going to hold onto the rack, right? So a progression of this is being able to do it without holding on to anything, and that can be something that you progress over the course of time. If your stability is not very good, you can hold on with 2 hands.
Okay.
Almost like a Helen Hunt movie, right? Twister.
Right. The last famous Helen Hunt movie.
So what we're going to have you do, you're going to start with that left leg. You're going to get into a hinge position. Try to get that back fairly flat to the ground. You don't need it like perfectly flat. You just want to mimic that deadlift stance, right?
Okay.
So a slight bend in the knee, pushing that hip back, feeling that glute kind of engage. And what I'm going to have you do is you're going to focus in on just rotating on that hip. So you're going to open, keeping that knee stacked over that foot, not letting it collapse.
Okay.
Right? Full foot pressure. You're going to open. You're going to feel that stretch. You're going to feel that glute med on the same side. Fire up. Once you feel that fire up, rotate in all the way, and then you're going to start to feel that stretch. All right? And the right side was the side that kind of was a little funky for you?
Right side.
Yep. So you think about opening, open. Feel a stretch here.
Yeah.
Good. Keep that foot flat, knee right over foot. Good. Extend that leg out.
Okay.
You feel that glute kind of firing up a little bit?
Not as much as I feel like I should be.
Okay. Hold it right there, and hold that position until you start to feel it.
Okay. Now I'm feeling it more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Good. So now, don't think about moving anything. Just rotate the hips in, all the way. More.
Feel that stretch.
Yep, feel that stretch up here. Hold that position.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now think about pressing through that foot. Open up that hip, keeping that knee stacked over the ankle. Feel a little bit more?
Yeah.
Good. Maintaining that good stacked position here, right?
Yep.
There it is. See how it's locking in?
Yeah.
Now we're going to close it again. Close. Really pull that hip through. Pull. There you go.
Shaking. And why am I always shaking in videos with you?
You're so unstable. Good, rest. So let's check out that other side.
Ooh.
Yeah. Does it feel different from the first rep to the second rep?
Yeah, I'm starting to definitely feel like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think this side will be interesting to see what happens here, because this is the side with this hip is the right hip.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so here.
Yep. So we try to open. Oh, there's a crack for you. Try to bend that knee just a little bit. There you go. Feel that?
Yeah.
Once you feel it, we close that hip right up. Keeping that stack. Rotate in. So you really feel that pull.
Yeah, I can feel a lot on that side.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot.
Good. Open. There we go. Good. Not letting that knee collapse. Keeping that strong foot.
There we go.
Right? There you go. Good. Close it up. Close, 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 close. Feeling that?
Yeah. I feel like my knee is wanting to shift.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little more here.
There you go.
It's burning. It's burning.
Good. One more. Close it up all the way. Close, close, close. Don't let that knee buckle. Keep strong foot. There you go.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
baby.
Glute med, baby. That thing is firing hard.
And what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase that lateral stability, but also open up the internal and external rotation of his hips, which is, you know, as someone who used to Olympic lift, you know how important it is to have a certain amount of rotation in the hips. Now that you've kind of gotten away from that, you're doing different things. We need to get you back into being able to get into those positions.
Yeah.
So let's give this a rep.
Okay, cool.
Drive it through.
Felt good. Yeah, it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Felt like the glutes were more involved. I don't feel anything really in my hip
Really
or lower back. So these are good signs.
I think we're
Video's
onto
going on the
something.
right track. It's way better than if we started filming and I was like, nope,
It's like,
not getting
nope,
any better.
everything hurts. This sucks.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
Wow.
hey,
Oh, boy.
hey.
Oh. All right, guys, exercise number 2 that we're going to have Joey do here is a walking lunge to a sprinter's pose. So we worked on our ability to maintain stability laterally or side to side. Now we're going to work on it front to back. So we're going to do this a very specific way. What we have you do is I'll demonstrate here for the camera. I want you to get up into that sprinter's pose, right? Feel that glute. Now everything focuses in on that glute. Start from the foot all the way up to that hip. Squeeze the glute until you feel it, right? You feel that kind of a burn to kick in. And then you're going to go out to the side, have a slight rotation over that front leg, right? Thinking, trying to get this internally rotated. Holding that position, maintaining that stability, driving straight up through the hip on the other side.
Okay.
Okay?
From here.
So you start in that sprinter pose.
Which leg am I? Does it matter?
Nope, doesn't matter. So now this is the right side. This is the one that was giving you.
Yeah. So I'm keeping that tight.
Yep, so this is here. Lock that in, lock that in. Feel that. Good? Good, don't let the knee touch. You're going to hover the knee. There you go.
Turning over.
Yep, so feel that
Yeah.
kind of stretch, and now drive through that foot.
Up to here.
Good. Same thing, slight rotation.
I don't know. I realized recently.
Ooh, see?
So,
How it's a little bit wobbly on that
yeah.
side.
Okay.
So this is what I call a stability exercise.
Okay.
If, for example, anybody watching this is doing this and they can't really maintain those positions, then I would use this as a gatekeeper, saying like, okay, well, maybe you're not ready for max effort lifts that day, or maybe you need to adjust your training, right? There are going to be days where that feels really, really good. There are going to be days where that feels really, really shitty.
Okay.
And on those shitty days, we can incorporate some of the stretches and stuff that we're going to talk about, and just give yourself the time to see if you can lock that in. If you cannot stabilize on one leg, right, with the same system that you'll be using with a deadlift, you shouldn't be maxing out or hitting some really, really heavy numbers on that day specifically, right?
Yeah, it's just a way to like auto-regulate your training for the day. Is
Absolutely.
by going through these, I guess, like checklist movements.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. Awesome.
Now we're going to jump into exercise number 3. I'm going to trick Joey here. This is actually a progression of the first 2. So this should be the goal of what Joey can do on his lower body training days. If he can lock this in, then he knows that he's ready to put as much force into that bar as he possibly can. So if you remember, exercise number 1 was the hip airplane. We were working back and forth. Exercise number 2 was those walking lunges. Now we're going to combine those into a little circuit that if he can do and he can progress to, it means that he has the prerequisite hip stability that he needs to pull his best and to feel his best when he's deadlifting, okay? So what we're going to do, just like we did before, we're going to start in that sprinter pose, and we're going to come down. Again, slightly rotating, feeling that hip, feeling that glute engage, driving up, but now you're going to come back, hinging, open the hip, close the hip, back to sprinter pose, and then you work it right through.
Okay.
So this is difficult. This is the most stability that you need in your hip, and if you can do this, then that's a really good sign.
So
I'll talk you through it. Yep.
Up.
Sprinter's pose, feel that glute.
Yep.
Yep, bring it right out into that lunge. Slight rotation. Good. Driving that knee up. Good. And now hip airplane back. Feeling that glute the whole time. Feeling that hip slightly open. Good. And close. Good. Up. Perfect. So he's doing a lot better than anticipated. Let's try this side. Yep. Now come up. Hip airplane back. Feeling the glute. Yep. Open, open, open. Good. See how he's snapping and crackling and popping here? Good. Now close that hip. Feel it. Feeling for those sensations. Back up. Good.
Whew, that's a lot. It's a lot harder than it looked. I was really having to focus and trying to really feel it. Like, you don't want to just go through it.
Right.
Like, you really want to try to connect, you know, your mind, muscle, make sure you're feeling what you should be feeling as you're progressing through it.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things where the more you try to force it, like, stability should be path of least resistance. Our brain should tell our body, do this, stabilize, right? Right now, that signal is going all over the place because your body's like, oh, shit. Like, I don't know how to stabilize this force. And the cool thing is about this particular routine or this gatekeeper is the fact that these forces are still working when you're deadlifting on two legs, right? But your body just has been in those situations so many times, it has its means of stabilizing.
Yeah.
But what we're finding is that the system that your body is utilizing right now is causing a little bit of irritation in that hip, right? So the more stability we can get, the more focus we can get on the glutes, on the hip, making sure that that's moving how it should be moving, the more power and force you can develop and put into the bar.
Awesome.
Right? And one of the biggest things with your Olympic lifting history, right, it's all about technique. It's all about making sure that your body's in the right position and it's capable of being in the right position. How many times have you seen new Olympic weightlifters or new people lifting trying to do a snatch, trying to do all these things, and their body is just not able to get into that position
for sure.
yet.
All the
right?
time.
So, same sort of idea. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Joey, thank you very much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Where can people find you?
Check out YouTube channel, Zat Strength. And pretty much anything is just Zat Strength, whether it's Instagram, website, whatever. Just type it in Google or any search bar, and you're going to get kind of all my links and profiles to everything.
Awesome. Thank you guys for checking out this video on behalf of myself and Jacob behind the camera. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things, and we will see you in the next one.